Hi, I'm Steven Garay from First National Connect, a 12 times RMA Award winner. And here are my top 5 tips for you to prepare your home for sale. My first tip is to do with street or curb appeal. It's not a big challenge to be able to maximize or optimize your street appeal. You can do this by making sure that your lawns are all cut and look green the best you can. Obviously, you can add flowers. Make sure there's no rubbish or rubbish bins at the front. Just make sure the front of the house is clean and tidy. There's not old pair of sneakers and buckets and stuff like that. The reason why it's important is that we want to make sure that the buyer has a good impression when they drive by the property, because 9 out of 10 buyers drive by the property before they then come in to inspect it. Now, the downside obviously is if they drive past the property and they don't like what they see, may not come and have a look at the property inside. They may not inspect it. Or secondly, if they do decide to inspect it, they're already walking into the house with a negative perception about the property. Focus on maximizing, optimizing your street or curbside appeal. My second tip is to do a thorough and deep clean of the property before you put the property in the market. You know what you need to do: vacuum, wipe, clean everything really well. You don't want buyers to come into your property, then open cupboards, look at windows and just see dust and dirt and so on. It's not going to give them a good impression of how well the property has been maintained. So my advice is to make sure you do a good job. They come in, they wander through the property, there's no dust, there's no dirt. They're going, wow, this is a clean, well-maintained property, and we are definitely interested in it. My third tip is to get the property internally painted. Obviously, you can do this yourself to save money, or you can obviously contact a tradie painter to be able to do so. It's really important to do this because what you want to have is a blank canvas when buyers come in, something uplifting, something clean and simple. If you've got feature walls, well, they're probably not the most common thing nowadays. And if you've got rooms that are multicolored compared to other sections of the house, it's just not going to be a positive experience. So if you do paint the property, choose a neutral color. People are going to feel that the house then flows a lot better. The house is going to look a lot bigger at the end of the day. And you've got to remember one thing: walls are an easy, quite obvious thing that people see when they come into properties. It's great surface area. So that surface area is a positive. It's going to work in your favor. My fourth tip is a common one. It's to declutter. What you don't want to do is have the property too cluttered with too much furniture, not enough wall to be visible, because that's going to make the place look a lot smaller. And secondly, if you've got photos, frames, pictures and stuff like that, that might be a little bit too much personality for the property. You want to have a canvas that's clear for the buyers to walk in, feel like this is their home, they could see themselves in it, not visiting somebody else's home. And my fifth and final point is to do with creating a theme and obviously then linking accessories and furniture and such for your property. Now, you don't have to go spend thousands of dollars getting a property staged. That is an option for some, not necessarily for all. What you can do is have one common theme throughout the property. What you don't want to have is a house where you walk into one room, it's a 1960s style, walk into another room, it's a 2000 style, and walk into another room, it's a 2020. It just confuses buyers. You want to have one consistent theme throughout the property, just like the point 3 with the same color scheme. You just want to have one consistent color scheme throughout the house and bring everything together. Just think of a theme that you're comfortable with, because you're going to be living in the house, and you can do with minimal cost. And then go about organizing, coordinating everything. What you want is the buyer to create or form an emotional connection with the property. You can do that with a property that is obviously clean and tidy, great street appeal, but really, if there's a theme and everything is supporting that theme, that underlying theme at the end of the day. Well, thank you for tuning in to my top 5 tips for preparing your property for sale. Look, if you've got any questions about anything that I've mentioned, if you're thinking about selling and need some additional tips and so on and so forth, some advice, please contact me. I'm here to help. Steven Garay from First National Connect, a 12 times RMA Award winner, and I'll talk to you next time. Best of luck.